Here we are, guys. What's up? And we're back. And we're back. What's going on? Let me switch some lights off. So, on, I'd rather say. So you can see me better. Okay, doke. You should see me much better now. You see me quite well now. Let me get some water. I'm dry. And here we are. Look at my beautiful Dali. Here we go. My beautiful Dali in the background. What's going on, my people? Um, let's get the party started. Today, training for weight loss, calorie deficit. We'll see what we understand about it. All I know is that I can talk about it quite a bit because I have been doing it for most of my life, if not all my life, really. So, yeah, we're gonna go into how to manage calories, how to check the macros and all that, and make it work, you know, and be efficient with it. Do you know what I mean? So let's wait for somebody to pop in because I don't want to talk to myself all for the. In the meantime, what I can tell you is that I drove quite a bit in these past few days. I had to go up north for some family things, and I found a lot of traffic going up. It took me 8 hours, 8.5 hours to get there. Thank God the return was good. It was a decent 5 hours drive. And we got back and we found summer. I mean, it's super hot. I mean, it might not look like it now because I'm covered up, but during the day today, I think we touched 20 degrees here. It was beautiful, sunny, blue sky, a little breeze. It was awesome. It was really awesome. And it was good to see. It was good to see. And that is it, man. And now we're back to business. Do you know what I'm saying? Back to business. And look, I don't know if you watched any of my previous shows, but I've been overweight most of my life. Okay, most of my life. For sure, all my childhood, since I can remember, severely overweight. Up to my, I think, 15, 16, you know, with the first girlfriends, I lost weight. Then I gained it back. Then I lost it again. Then I moved to London and I gained it back. Then I lost it. And then since 2017, no, 2014, I've been quite stable and with my weight, you know, I've been quite okay. So I can talk about losing weight, man. I can do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I've had that problem, you know. If you see there's a problem, you know. And what I've realized is that me personally, yeah, to me life is miserable if I'm not eating a dessert, a little sugar, a little biscuit, a little cookie, a little cake. Do you know what I mean? to me, life is very bad. I mean, it's miserable to me. Like, I need every day, once or maybe a couple of times a day, I need a little sugar. And I love it, you know, after lunch, at the end, you know, I usually have pasta. I I love my little dessert. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And well, you can have what I learned after a long time, that it wasn't about, because I like to say what you eat is for health, okay? For you, for health reason. What you choose to eat, how much of it is for weight control. Okay, so I repeat one more time because I feel very cool when I say it. What you eat is for health, how much of it is for weight control, right? What does that mean is that I shared a short today on my channel of Mike Mensa, that he explains it very clearly, that as long as you are, if you want to lose weight, obviously, if you are, as long as you are in a calorie deficit environment, so your calories requirement is 2000 calories, okay, and you eat 1700 calories during the day, as long as you eat those 1700 calories and not more, you're gonna lose weight. And you can choose to eat that 1700 calories with a, you can choose to have an ice cream, you can choose to have a little cake, a little slice of cake, you can choose all you want, really. Obviously, some foods, you will realize that some food will give you a different type of energy and you will digest it better, right? It's not, I don't think so. I'm never absolute in my, you know, my statements, because everything is so um, individual, you know, we're all different. Uh, but it's not sustainable to eat just ice cream and cakes all day, every day. For even if you are in a calorie deficit, yeah, you will lose weight, but probably you won't be the healthiest. Do you know what I mean? Your energy will be off, and so you have to find a balance. I believe you have to find the balance between eating. Let me. My dogs want to go out. Give me 1 sec. What's the matter? What is the matter? And here we go. So what I was saying is this, yes. So after a while with experience, I've realized that, yeah, man, I can have a little cake if I want it for breakfast. Yeah, I'm sure I burn it off. You know, it doesn't stay on me because I'm active. And then obviously I would have to eat a little bit less during lunch and dinner because, you know, sweets carry a lot of calories, you know. And but to me it wasn't that. To me the game changer was the little detail that nobody pay attention to very much, but they make a huge difference when you count the calories. Because for instance, a tablespoon of olive oil carries, I think, 150, 180 calories. And if you eat in a salad, a bowl of salad, 1 tablespoon of olive oil is nothing. Is absolutely nothing. I mean, you pour that thing on it, and that thing is dry, man. It doesn't, you know. You realize. So then, if you do that, and you do it as you normally would, you realize that you put in that thing 4 tablespoons of olive oil, and that is, although it's exceptional calories quality, in terms of quality, is a superfood. Olive oil is superfood, yeah. But 100, and let's go 100, let's go round with 150, right? 2 tablespoons is 300, 4 tablespoons is 600 calories just with olive oil. So you are thinking that you are eating a salad and you're being very healthy and everything. And it's good thinking, but with 4 tablespoons of olive oil, you just had like a good portion of pasta, the equivalent of a big chunky portion of pasta. Yeah, sorry, my dogs just want to go in, out. It's crazy. We just got back, so they are a little unsettled. It's very. Oh, it's awesome. It's beautiful, man. There's nothing to say about it. Anyway, I was saying, so you might not have realized it yet, but you are probably eating if you are olive oil consumer, you put it in your pasta, you put it on your salad, you put it in your next to your steak or anything, you are probably eating just 8,000 calories a day in olive oil only. Do you know what I'm saying? Forget about the food, and if you drink a beer, forget it. So you would realize actually that if you count the calories, you are accurate, that you're not even that big for as much as you're eating, because probably you're moving and the body requires calories, man. So yeah, man, just make sure you don't yeah, it's just very mathematical. You have to stay within the calories, and that is it. And that is it. Obviously, you can't be doing a certain type of training at the gym, because look, let me break this down for you, because I don't like to people. I don't like to lie to people. You see, when people say, "Oh my God, I've been fasting. I feel so good," it's rubbish. It's bullshit. Excuse my French, but there's no truth to it. And I tell you from a personal experience, it's horrible, right? There is a reason why most people like eating, right? There is a reason, because it's awesome, right? Eating is awesome. I'm not gonna be here telling you, "Oh my God, eating." No, I love eating, right? I was big when I was a child because I loved eating. That's it. There was no metabolism. I was a little bit there was no metabolism. I was eating like an animal, and I was big because of that. It's as simple as that. For me, for my case, okay. I don't know about anybody else. I don't remember where I was going with it. But you can't train. I don't know where I was going with it, so I'm moving on. That's it. I'm gone. I'm tired. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning. I drove. The house was upside down, and so I'm tired. But I want to do this. Please like and subscribe. Just you know what I mean. And if you want to ask anything, ask. More than happy. I'm gonna go. I promise you guys, I'm gonna get an haircut this week, and I'm gonna look very cool. I'm just letting them grow for what I have left. Of course, I'm gonna do something according to what I have left. But I'm telling you, for me personally, this way of training that I am experimenting, you can say, on myself now, is working real good for me. I'm training hard, about half an hour, 40 minutes, and I take 3 to 4 days off. Right, so my last session, my last workout was, today's Wednesday. It couldn't have been Tuesday because I was away. It couldn't have been Monday because I was away. It was Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Today is my 3rd day off. Right? Or maybe, I think it's, I trained Saturday. However, I'm doing from 3 to 4 days off. And in the first day I hike decently. It's not too bad for me. As always, as usual, after the 48 hours, my body start to, to ache. I feed myself. I'm overfeeding myself. I want to gain size. And what I realize is that I feel a big pump. I feel nice and full in the following 2 days that I have. That I still rest. I still don't do anything. But after the major hike of the 48 hours, I feel like eating. I feel, right? I fill myself up. I don't know if it's just my head, which it could be. But what I've realized is that I am so looking forward to the next session. I wanted to train today. I was like, you know what, I'm going to drive, I'm going to get home, I'm going to eat something, I'm going to wait a bit, and then I'm going to train. But then I realized, it's not that I realized, I go home, I was done. Because I woke up at 4 a.m. So I pretty much didn't sleep. Tonight I didn't sleep. And I woke up and I drove. I don't know you guys, but me driving, I feel dizzy after a drive for a long time. I get off the car and I still feel like I'm driving. I feel like I'm still. You know what I mean? It's weird. So because I'm not rushing, I don't have anything, to prove of anything. I said, let me do this. Let me. Because if there is a day where something could go wrong, is the day where you don't sleep, where you're tired, and this and that. Because I need my health, I need to be able to move. I don't want to get injured. I was like, who cares? Let's do tomorrow. So I'm gonna have a good night's sleep, and tomorrow morning, early morning, I'm gonna work out, and tomorrow night I'll let you know. Hello, mi bombo. How you doing, man? What's going on? I haven't seen you in a long time, mi bombo. What have you been doing, man? Have you been training? Have you trained, mi bombo, or what? Oh, brilliant, man. I'm happy for you. But yeah, and I'm so looking forward. Oh, you do judo, man. That's awesome. I tried Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And it's hard, man. It's hard, man. Do you have any belt? What belt are you in judo? I love that type of stuff, but it's just, I'm 40, man. I feel like I should have tried maybe 20 years ago. not age 40, man. I don't want to be thrown about by anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be picked up and thrown about. Does it make sense? I'm 40. I got 2 kids. I think I can, I can pick my choice better. If that makes sense. What belts are you anyway? And judo is violent, man. Judo is violent. I mean, there's not striking, but the way people get a hold of each other, and they try to flip around, man. So what was the next? Is the black belt the next one? I think so, yeah. In jiu-jitsu, I believe it's white, blue, purple, brown, black. Yeah. Let's go, bro. Let's go, bro. Well done. Well done. So you, um, yeah, let's just say you can defend yourself. It's good. It's good. What's your height? What's your weight? Are you a big fella? And how do you get the black belt? Do you have to? What do you mean the exam? It's not like you have to. Like in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you go to a tournament. Let's say you win the tournament, or something, a little tournament, but you win the tournament. The master will give you a little stripe, or if you got already all the stripes, they give you. So you go around, win a couple of tournaments, and you get your belts, and you keep going. What would you mean with exam? So they ask you questions, or like they tell you, show me this. They tell you something, and you got to show it. Is that how it works? I didn't know that. I thought it was like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You go around, you beat up people, and eventually they give you the belt. Obviously, you compete against your level competition, right? In a national, regional level, in the lightweight. What is that? 180? 190? No, lightweight. Sorry, not light heavyweight. Sorry. So 155, 160 in judo. So you're like my size then. Oh yeah, you see, you have to do like a tournament. Yeah, I thought so. You gotta beat up somebody to be a black belt, right? Does it make sense? If you have black belt, right, you have to show somebody that you're capable of beating somebody up, right? Obviously in a tournament environment, not in the street. I'm talking about obviously in a safe environment, So lightweight. See, I think so. We're kind of similar size. Like I am in pounds. That's good, man. How do you I tell you what I would do if I was training for judo. Judo, there are a lot of throws, yes. A lot of throws. A lot of twisting. A lot of, pulling from side to side. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's my intuition. So I will get some hard elastic bands. I will get them to go around something, and I would just, to strengthen my core sideways. Because in judo there is a lot of it, right? There's a lot of this movement. You grab people, you flip them over and stuff, right? You need to have a very strong core. Yes, you need to have a very strong core. I believe. And yeah, I believe elastic, and just some decent just strength training during the off season from the tournament. Although I believe once a week is only good that you do, or maybe once every 2 weeks. It depends how often do you train for judo. But even once every 2 weeks or once a month, as long as it's in productive session where you improve your previous and you, because what is it that you have to buy? Oh, the elastics. Yeah. I got a bunch, yeah, and they're excellent. You just pull them, from you can do all sorts of things, and you get, depending on what you want from it, but you get a few, like you get the medium, hard, and don't get just the hard ones, get the medium ones, get the because also is in like all this combat sports is very much a an endurance sport. You know, like in jiu-jitsu, if you don't have a cardio foundation, in 2 minutes, you're done. All that isometric, all that holding on, all that man-to-man holding on to each other and pulling things, pushing things constantly with major resistance at all time. If you don't know how to breathe, and if you don't have a solid endurance, either coming from your background sport or that you build while you do it, while you do jiu-jitsu, right? Jiu-jitsu is going to be very hard for you, and I believe also judo is going to be very hard for you, because they are sports based on endurance. It's not a sprint, this competition, you know. So you got to train your endurance, you have to train your strength. So in the case, what I would do with elastics, because the secret is this, I used the wrong word, there's no secret. But when you train, what you want to do is you want to do something that resonate. It's similar to what you're going to do. Okay. Right. So if I am pushing and pulling and twisting and planting my feet, trying to, that's something that you have to try to do at the gym as well. The elastic, because the elastic are different from weights. The elastic, there is a constant resistance. It kind of look like, it feels similar to that, but you got to go high reps. You got to go high reps, because judo is high reps, right? How long is a round? How long is a judo round? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? I have no idea. Me Bombo, don't leave me like that, bro. Tell me, how long is a judo round, bro? So, but I'm, because when I was doing jiu-jitsu, there were a couple of judo guys, and you can tell they were they had endurance. You have to have endurance for these type of combat sports. You gotta get running or swimming, or because overlooked and extremely boring. This is one of the most boring thing that. Cool, bro. I was joking. Yeah. Tell a bunch of your friends to like and subscribe, me Bombo. Yeah, if you can. Yeah, like and subscribe, people. But what I was saying is that the best, and again, the old school, bro. The old school. Swimming. 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 If you want to learn how to breathe and how to match and sync breathing with motion, swimming. If you swim at easy pace, yeah, you're not trying to be Mr. You know, the Olympic champion. No, you're swimming at easy pace for an hour, right? Which for most people, I understand it could be a lot, but if you can get to that, right, continuous, easy pace, 1 hour swimming, easy, not breast. You got freestyle on that thing, and you sync. You have to sync the breathing to the motion, and then you can never get distracted, because as soon as you get distracted in swimming, you lose your form. But swimming is possibly the best thing for cardio ever, in my opinion. And I was saying, sorry, that if you swim at easy pace, it's virtually impossible that you get injured. How are you gonna get injured? How are you gonna get injured? Actually, I'll tell you a story. I had this guy that I was training, and it was my mistake. I should have never, ever take him on. But what are you gonna do? And he's telling me that he's got a problem with his feet. He's got an inflammation, right? in his arch, the plantar fascia, whatever how you pronounce it. And he had this inflammation that it was bothering him a lot. And he went to the physio, and the physio obviously told him, yes, stop running, and do a little bit of cycling, but don't go too hard, okay? You gotta rest, then fit. And obviously, because the physio don't know in details, because probably the guy didn't tell him, he tells him, carry on swimming. What's the problem with swimming, right? So because I used to swim, I used to be an Ironman, so I used to swim a lot. 3-4 times a week. For me, it was a lot. For real swimmers, it's nothing. I go swimming with him, and we start swimming, and immediately I realize that at the end of the lane, you can flip, push with what? You can turn, yeah? You can do I don't remember how you call that. But at the end of the lane in a swimming pool, you can tumble, and with your feet, you push the wall, and you go and you start the next lane. And he was a very good swimmer, this guy. And I realized, so I stopped. I just sat on the edge of the pool, and I could hear it, boom, every time he comes back, boom, boom, because he's going fast. I mean, he's trying to go very fast. So when he stops, tell him, bro, we scored. I got it. I think we found the problem. The way you push on these walls with his feet, man, it's too much. You are doing it too much. Do you know what I mean? And that's the reason why I said I shouldn't have taken him on, because he didn't believe it. I mean, it was like, no, I don't think so. Because he was doing really well at swimming, he didn't want to stop swimming, and I understand it. But when it comes to me, if you ask me, I figured because you could hear the boom, the hitting of the point of the ball of the feet hitting the wall, and if you swim a distance like 2K, you do that hundreds of times. So it made sense that his feet were he had an inflammation in his feet. No, it makes you sense. I don't know if you agree, but to me it makes sense. Because yeah, you know what I mean? What are you gonna do? Anyway, when you train, you always need to make sure of one thing. What is this session for? It doesn't matter if it's for strength, it's for endurance, for flexibility, for whatever, okay? As long as it's clear. Whatever it is, as long as you got it in your mind, today I'm doing endurance training, right? So I'm gonna do circuits. I'm gonna go and do things for a long time, okay? If I want to lift weight, I'm gonna do triceps. I'm gonna do giant sets. Because that's how you build your cardio. And a lot of people argue that weights cardio is the best cardio. I'm not sure about that, but some bodybuilders, some legend in the sports, like Franco Columbo, right? Italian, from Sardinia, Mr. 2 times Mr. Olympia during the Arnold era. He says it very clearly. He states many times that the best cardio is the weights cardio. You do a tricep, or you do a giant set, or not running. You're a firm believer that it was the cardio with weights, it was better than going outside running. It's true, it's wrong, I don't know. Looking at his body, I feel like he knew something. Let me tell you, real honest, unless you're a runner, there's no reason for you to run. Especially if you're over 40. If you don't love it, don't do it. If you enjoy it, if it really does for you, even if you're not a runner, like if it really does for you, do it. But if it doesn't, don't force yourself. There's so many other things you can do and be productive. There's no need to run. Jana? Guys, I gotta go. God bless. You take it easy.